Rome wasn't built in a day, but this pizza was. This is pizza in teglia, Roman style. I was so shocked how easy this pizza was to make. No fancy oven, no expensive ingredients. And honestly, it's so easy. I don't have to do anything. This pizza is gonna change your life. This is the easiest pizza you can make at home. And this is how you make it. 1 kilo of all-purpose flour. But if you really want to take it to the next level, use 00 flour, which is the pizza flour. And look at the nutritional value. The protein should be 11 grams or more. That's how you know if your pizza flour is great. 1 satchel, 7 grams of dry yeast. 5 teaspoons of table salt. 700 milliliters of room temperature water. Don't use it cold or don't use it too hot. Extra virgin olive oil. All you need to mix the dough is a large bowl and a spatula. We start from the dry ingredients. So, put the flour in. Now we put the yeast. And now we put the salt. And carefully mix. What I'm trying to do here, I'm trying to make sure the salt and the yeast is well combined with the flour. So when we put the water in, the yeast will activate straight away and the salt will dissolve. Okay, let's start adding the water. Let's put half of the amount of the water in. And now we mix. You only need to make a well when you make pasta, so you're adding eggs. In this case, we're making pizza dough, you don't need a well. So what you want to do with the spatula is make sure that the flour absorbs all the water and just play with it a little bit. You will start smelling the yeast. The yeast is actually activated right now because I can smell it. And what you can do, you can add the rest of the water now. The water is at room temperature. Don't use hot water. And do not use very cold water. Now, this is a no-knead dough, okay? So there's not much for you to do, it's very easy. But what we need to do here, guys, is to make sure that the flour gets absorbed by the dough, okay? What's gonna happen is if we don't collect the flour, see this flour here, we are gonna have a dry dough and it's not gonna work out. What you have to do here, basically, is to make sure that the dough absorb whatever flour is left in there. Very important. At this point, I like to add extra virgin olive oil. I want to be generous with extra virgin olive oil, okay? I will probably add a few tablespoons, but you decide as much you want to add, at least 4 tablespoons. What the oil is going to do is going to make the dough a little bit more elastic and adds a little bit of flavors to this homemade dough. Don't forget, we are not doing a Neapolitan pizza, so this is not a recipe for Neapolitan pizza, okay? So basically, you don't need to knead, but you need to do this. You just start using a spatula to mix all the ingredients. Say in less than 3 minutes, this is ready. The type of consistency that we want is a wet dough. See that? See, it's wet. At the moment, the dough is sticky and wet. We didn't knead the dough, so that's why it's like this. But don't be worried. We get plastic wrap, and we want to seal the bowl. We want to make sure it's airtight, okay? So, cover one side. Make sure you cover it well. Now we do this side. Now we do this. Great. This is now sealed. And now what we do, we also get a damp cloth and cover it. So this way, we know it's extra sealed. This is the easiest part. Now you need to let the dough ferment. If you want to make the pizza today, you need to let the dough fermented out of the fridge for a minimum of 3 hours to a maximum of 8 hours. If you want to make the pizzas tomorrow, you put this in the fridge for a minimum of 8 hours to a maximum of 20 hours. Now it's time to see how the dough reacted after 3 hours at room temperature or overnight in the fridge. My dough has been in the fridge, and this is how it looks like. Okay, let's remove the plastic. See, look at that. See the bubbles there? See how it grew? It doubled in size, which is great. What we're going to do now, we're going to put extra virgin olive oil on our hand. Just like that. And we take the dough out and place the dough on the kitchen bench. Here I have a marble bench, which is great for these things. You can use a wooden bench, or you can use any other bench that you have. Let's put extra virgin olive oil and let's separate this dough in half, because we're gonna make 2 pizzas out of it. The pizzas I'm making today are baked in a rectangular tray, and they're gonna be nice and thick, like a focaccia style, okay? If you wanna make them thinner, then you can get maybe 3 pizzas out of this dough. It's up to you. Look at the structure of the dough. We didn't knead the dough, and look at that. Look how good it looks. See? From the gluten. But what we need to do now, we need to reinforce the dough, and that's what we do. We just fold. You just want to fold like this. Turn it, and fold again. We're just going to do folding, keep folding. You can fold this way. And then again we fold. Just like this. Very easy. So at this point, we have a bowl. See how nice and smooth it is? We have a pizza bowl. Look how easy it was. Let's see if it bounces back. It does bounce back. Let's do the same with this one. We fold. See, very, very easy. And then we turn it. And again, we fold. See how easy it is? We probably do about 4 to 5 folds. I need a little bit more extra virgin olive oil on my hands. I'm using extra virgin olive oil because it's easier to fold the dough. Beautiful, right? Look at that. Now here we have the 2 pizza bowls that we need. Now let's squash them a little bit. Perfect. This is the tray we are going to use to cook our pizzas. Now the size of this tray is 13.5 inches long by 9.5 inches wide and 2.5 inches deep. You can have a slightly bigger tray. What's important is it's nice and deep. A very important detail here, we need to spread extra virgin olive oil on both trays, and the extra virgin olive oil is good for 2 reasons. Reason 1 is because it doesn't get the pizza stuck to the tray. Reason number 2 is because it cooks the bottom. It makes the bottom so beautiful and crispy, and it's like beautiful. They get a beautiful bottom, crunchy bottom. So you can use a brush or just your hands. I like to use my hands because soon I'm going to get the pizza rolls, and it's easier if I have oily hands. This is how my nonna used to make pizza at home. Don't worry if we have excess oil. Actually, the more the better. Now, we get the pizza bowl here, and with your hand, kind of stretch it a little bit. Just like that, okay? Now, just so you know, these bowls are not ready to be stretched. They need to rest 3 extra hours before we can stretch them. I'm doing this because in 3 hours, we have to stretch the pizza bowls like if you're stretching a focaccia, okay? So now we get plastic wrap and we make sure we seal this. I like to put the plastic wrap on both sides. Great. Right. It's okay if the plastic wrap touches the dough. We did put oil on the dough, so it should not be too sticky. Great. Now, these pizza bowls need to rest at room temperature for a minimum of 3 hours. 5, 7, 8, 10 hours is also fine, but 3 hours minimum at room temperature. After 3 hours, we can easily stretch them and cook them. That's how easy this process is. It's almost time to stretch the pizza, so before we do that, let's prepare the ingredients for the toppings. You can really add any toppings that you like, seriously, anything that you want. Up to you, I'm not judging. Today I'm gonna make a simple tomato base with cheese on top. So, here I have beautiful Italian diced tomatoes. It's a very good brand, very nice and sweet. That's what I'm using for this type of pizza, okay? If you wanna blend peeled tomatoes or use passata, go for it. Don't use our already cooked sauce, please. Then we need some Pecorino cheese, or Parmigiano Reggiano, fresh mozzarella, please, extra virgin olive oil, and salt. First thing we're going to do, let's put salt into the tomatoes, as much as you like. Doesn't need much. You can also use basil if you want, but this is not a Napolitan pizza, so you don't have to use basil if you don't want to. Seriously, use whatever you like. All right, everything is ready. We can now stretch the pizza. Here, it's a beautiful pizza. Look how much it grew. Look, it doubled in size. Fantastic. This pizza dough ball rested for 3 hours. And look, it already grew in size. If you rest this for 5 hours, it will grow even more. 7 hours, even more. The more you let it rest, the lighter and fluffier this pizza will be. Look at it, this is so easy, look how beautiful. All we need to do now is to press, like if you're doing a focaccia, look. Oh, so lovely. What I suggest you to do is turn it around, so you get this size on top now, and we just press. And this is not a Napolitan pizza, so you can press on the edges. You see how the bubbles also come up? It's beautiful. Now what we're going to do is we're going to put a little bit of extra virgin olive oil on top. Spread extra virgin olive oil. Let me explain how we cook this pizza. It's going to take about 30-35 minutes in total to cook this pizza, okay? The first step is to Parbake the pizza, not covered, just like that, in the oven for 20 minutes at 230 degrees Celsius. Yeah? Now we put it in. We Parbaked the pizza for 20 minutes and look at the result. Look what we get. It's like a focaccia. If you touch it, nice and moist. If you look at the bottom, we have a nice crunchy bottom. It still needs to cook. What we do now, we add the tomato sauce. Only the tomato sauce on top. So let's put the tomato sauce everywhere. Make sure you spread the tomato sauce, and you want to cover every corner of this beautiful pizza. The idea of this pizza is to basically completely cover the pizza dough, so we don't want to have the pizza exposed. It's completely covered by the tomatoes. Why did we Parbake the pizza without any toppings? Because we wanted to cook the middle part of the pizza. We didn't want to become soggy. We wanted the middle part of the pizza to become hairy and well cooked in the inside, because it's a high pizza. Now what we're going to do, we are going to put the pizza in the oven just with the tomato on top, so the tomato can really make love with the pizza. And the top part of the pizza can become softer, if you know what I mean. Middle part is cooked, the bottom is cooked, and now the tomato will help to get a nice top soft crust. After 5 minutes, see how the tomato is beautifully cooked on top. It's making love with the pizza, but we don't want to dry up too much. So the tomato sauce is the base. Now it's ready for you to add any toppings that you want. My choice today is Pecorino cheese. And here I have some mozzarella cheese. Guys, you want to add salami? Please, go for it. You want to put prosciutto, mushrooms, whatever you want. But don't go too far. And you also want to make sure you put the cheese on the sides. You basically want to cover the pizza with the ingredients. A little touch of extra virgin olive oil. in the oven at 230 degrees Celsius until the cheese melts. Look at this wonderful pizza. Look how beautiful. How easy was this? How easy was to make this pizza, guys? Come on, you tell me. Isn't this the easiest pizza you ever made in your life? Please tell me. It looks like a beautiful artisan pizza. I feel like I'm in Rome right now. I feel like I'm in a Roman al taglio pizzeria. That's what it is. All right, let's take this pizza out and let's review it. Let's analyze this wonderful pizza. Look at the bottom. The bottom is nice and crunchy. The oil cooked the bottom to perfection. See that? Crunchy crust. Look at the sides. Nice and hairy. And we'll check once we cut it. Look at this side here. Look at this side. It sounds crunchy. Listen to the crunchy sound. The tomato is still fresh. It's not burnt. The mozzarella melted beautifully. I think there's one thing left to do. To cut it. This is the moment of truth. We have to cut the pizza now and see how airy it is. Ready? Listen to the crunch. Ooh. Do you know what time it is? It's time to eat pizza. Beautiful and hairy, nice and light. The tomato sauce on top, so fresh, smells fantastic. The cheese melted beautifully. I get this beautiful crunchy crust at the bottom, soft in the middle. It's just perfection. Now let's try the one with salami on top. On this pizza, I'm going to add juicy cherry tomatoes. Look how nice this pizza is. Look how hairy it is. Nice and hairy. Let's put the cherry tomatoes. Now let's cook the tomatoes in the oven for about 5 minutes. Now on this beautiful pizza, we are going to put pecorino cheese, mozzarella and spicy salami. This pizza is stunning. I think this pizza is my favorite. Look at that. We got spicy salami, beautiful cheese, sweet cherry tomatoes. Oh yeah. Let's have a look. We got beautiful crunchy bottom. Look at that. Look at that pizza. Look how magical. Let's cut the pizza and see how airy it is. Listen to the crunch. Yeah. Oh, look at that. Look. That is beautiful. Fluffy. Oh, look at this pizza, guys. Look at that. Look at this. Oh yeah, spongy, delicious, full of flavors. Rome wasn't built in a day, but this pizza was. So I hope you can enjoy it as much as I did. Which one was your favorite? The one with cheese on top or the salami, cheese and cherry tomatoes? I think I prefer the salami, cheese and cherry tomatoes. Thank you so much for watching this episode. I will see you on the next Vincenzo's Plate video recipe. E ora si mangia. Vincenzo's Plate.